Hello everybody, my name is Robert Marvin and welcome to this week's edition of the Coach's Corner. In this week's edition, my brother Matt Marvin got the chance to sit down with longtime Bloomsburg University head men's football coach Danny Hale. With that being said, here is episode 3 of the Coach's Corner.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Coach's Corner. Bloomsburg University football legendary head coach Danny Hale here joining me today. I don't know if everybody knows, we have our Bloomsburg University Hall of Fame induction this Friday night, and Coach Hale is being honored. So we just wanted to chat a little bit. Thanks for being with me, Coach.
Thank you, Matt.
So just to get started, people in Bloomsburg obviously know you spent a lot of time here with the football team and with Bloomsburg University. Most people don't know, coming from Westchester, how did this all come about and how did you find your way to Bloomsburg?
Well, I was a former head coach at Westchester University, and I was there for 5 years and walked away from it, bought a little motel in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where I coached high school for 4 years there with a buddy of mine that I was in school with and the Marine Corps with, and he was the head coach there, Gump May, and that was a great 4 years, but then got a call to apply up here. The position was open, and that was 22 December 92. I accepted the job, and it was a ride, and it was been a great ride, 20 years.
Can you remember going back to 1992? That's a ways to go back. Can you remember anything about nerves or what you thought your opportunity would be with Bloomsburg, with the team, as opposed to where you had been before?
Well, they were 1-9 when I took over the previous year, so but I didn't want to give up on that 93 team. I felt that we're going to go out there and be as competitive as we can. Take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and sort of my approach. This was all a God thing for me. I was here. Things, I don't want to go in too deep here in the show, but it was, I should never have gotten the job, let's put it that way. And all of a sudden I show up, and I come in 93, and our third child, Tyson, who ironically is now an alum of Bloom, was diagnosed with T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma cancer, about a 50-50 chance to make it. So we were able to come here to this Bloomsburg area with one of the best Geisinger right next door for treatment. So that's why I say things supposed to have been here. And it started off a little rough there. First year we had a losing season, but in year 2 started off with 0-2. But I knew I had some good players out there, and then we somehow managed to win that first home opener against California in 93 or 94, and started winning a lot of games.
Very long ride. I know a lot of ups and downs. What would you say was one of your favorite, if not your favorite moments? I know there's got to be a lot of them. You've had great players, great teams.
Sure. It just depends upon the moment, but certainly most recently just talked about the UC Davis game in 2000. A year we started off, again, ironically, 0-2, and then ran 12, and should have probably never have beaten Cal Davis in the semifinal round of NCAA playoffs, and but we did. We came back, and we were down 19 in the fourth quarter, scored 29, win by 10, and that was awesome, and then that propelled us into the national championship game that year. But it was sort of an aberration. Things fell into place, some great players, and just supposed to be. And we have continued the ways. We had a very good success my 20 years here, and I was very proud of that.
Well, as you are now done and looking to enter the Hall of Fame, and Bloomsburg football continues on at Danny Hale Field, what would you like to see from Bloomsburg, obviously returning to national prominence? And
we'll see. Coach Sheptock is the legendary. I coached against him. I was at Westchester when he was a player at Bloomsburg, and I certainly, he played well. I had to know where he was on the field. So I wish him all the best, and I'm very supportive of the university. And again, having a son graduated from here and a daughter, my youngest, graduated from here in communication studies, and both got jobs and doing very well. And
Coach Hale, can't thank you enough for your time in a very important, busy week for
Yeah.
you. That's all the time we have on episode 3 of the Coach's Corner. For Coach Danny Hale, I'm Matt Marvin. Thank you for watching with us.
That's all the time we have on this week's episode of the Coach's Corner. Join us next week as me and my brother switch roles.